Hello everyone, this is L2N Gaming, and we are going to start another installment of NBA Teams Tier List as of November the 6th. Yes, watched a couple of games last night. I'm just loving the NBA right now. Loving the NBA right now. Got teams that actually doing well, doing better than I expected. There are teams that's like not doing so well, and there are teams that just basically just stinking up the joint. But we're gonna talk about all of them in this tier list. So without further ado, let's get started. And the first tier list is basically I'm not gonna talk about them this week. We talk about the Nets, Wizards, Kings, Pacers, Hornets, Suns. We're not gonna talk about them. Boston Celtics. I'm not going to talk about you this week, even though you're not as bad as you are right now. I mean, I'm glad that Jason Tatum is progressing very well, doing better, but y'all about the Celtics. So we're going to just skip y'all, at least this week, until you start winning some games, and then maybe I'll include you into the actual tier list. But let's move on. We're going to move on to the actual tier list, and that is worse than I expected. So we got the Pelicans, who are just pretty bad. Zion is going to be out again for about a couple weeks, so that's unfortunate. Trae Young is going to be out for a while with a strained MCL, so that's not looking good. Then you got the Memphis Grizzlies, who are, they are just going through some issues right now with Ja Morant, who's acting like a complete asshole right now. Like, look, man, things ain't working out too well for you. You got a coach you don't like. You don't like running his plays. You think you know better, but you really don't. Like, they are trying to do something, but you're not progressing pretty well yourself. So your shots are down, your percentage is down. So basically you're out there, going through your hissy fit, which is, look, man, straight up, like you just gotta be better. You gotta be better, man. That's all I'm saying I can say. Like, stop trying to be defiant. You got a bad reputation for what you've done in the past, and the Memphis are trying to see if they tell you to do something, are you going to do it? Are you going to step up? Some of it's not your fault, but the rest of it is. That's the only thing I can say. And then we got the Dallas Mavericks, who, thank you, Nico. Thank you, Nico, for that trade. And it's just, Anthony Davis out with a calf injury. We know about calf injuries. So if I'm Anthony Davis, I'm not gonna go out there until I know that I'm 100%. Period. Like, who cares what the team is going through right now? This is all about you, right? So I wouldn't be out there. So, and then we gotta talk about the point guard position. They are missing Kyrie Irving. D'Angelo Russell, I don't know what else I can say about him, is that, as you could see, he's not really a point guard. He is a squeaky guard, acting like a point guard, but he's not doing what he's supposed to do. And what else can I say? I think D'Angelo Russell is a swell guy, but as far as like being a point guard, is this a point guard that the Mavericks need? And is there another point guard out there that can actually help them? D'Angelo Russell, man, I don't know what else to say. It's just not looking good for him right now. But hey, thank you, Nico. Thank you for Luka. But let's move on. All right, next tier list is they are scrapping. we got the Jazz, we got the Trailblazers, and then we got Miami Heat. The way they play against the Lakers, and the way they beat the Clippers, they lost to the Lakers. They came back and beat the Clippers. These guys, this is a playoff team. And the East is bad enough for them to be actually in the playoffs. I can basically see them in the playoffs as a 6th seed. That's how I see it. So, anywhere they're playing, you think Air Sports is going to let them just lay down? No, man. They are scrapping right now. As for Toronto Raptors, Toronto, playing at Toronto is always going to be a trouble time. Look what happened to the Bucks. I mean, they're scrapping. Timberwolves got Anthony Edwards back. They're going to keep winning games with or without Anthony Edwards. Even though they lost to the Knicks last night, which we're going to talk about in the next one. But these teams are just scrapping right now. They're not bad. They're just going through some stuff. But I could just see these teams, scrapping. So let's move on to the next tier list. And this is basically just stop fooling around. We got the Clippers, the Knicks, the Magic, and the Cavaliers. Cavaliers, just the last time in the tier list, I put them as, the East is yours, basically. And they've been losing games. You even lost to the Celtics. What are y'all doing? It's time to stop fooling around. Knicks, doing what they do. They win games, and then they lose games in dramatic fashion. They need to stop fooling around themselves. Clippers, I ain't got nothing else to say about the Clippers. Y'all losing to the Heat. Stop fooling around. And the Magic is just struggling right now. Still got them top on the East, but other than that, they need to stop fooling around themselves. Y'all supposed to be better than this. Let's move on to the next tier list. This is just as I expected. The Detroit Pistons are winning games. Kay Cunningham is doing what he's doing, averaging 24 points. Jalen Durant, who is this guy? 17 points, 11 rebounds. And of course, they got Stewart, they got Tobias Harris. They are rolling right now, just as I expected. This is a pretty damn good team. Probably fun to watch as well. Need to start watching some more of their games and stuff. They are good as I expected. Let's move on. This is a surprise. And we got the Bucks. Giannis is playing out of his mind, just as I expected. Playing out of his damn mind. The 76ers are not as bad. They got Edgecombe, who's a surprise. They're winning games, even though they lost to the Bulls. Speaking of the Bulls, holy shit, where they coming from? They got something going on. And then we got my Lakers, who, hey man, if you told me that the Lakers are going to be 6-2 with they missed Luka half the games. Some of the game he didn't, he was out for a week. LeBron is still out. Austin Reeves is out with a groin soreness. If you told me this team was going to be 6-2, I would say no way. I expected this team to be 3-7 off the gate. Luka just struggling, probably averaging 40 points per game, but still losing. This team is actually pretty damn good so far. Even Bronny is playing well. Ain't that a surprise? For the people who just want to hate on Bronny for nothing. Oh, y'all looking stupid. You know what's going to even be even more stupid? How some of these people that's Bronny should have been drafted in the first place. What about the players that actually deserve. Well, how them players are doing right now? How some of them players are doing right now that got drafted? Before Bronny was drafted and after. How them teams are doing? How them players are doing right now? Some of these players are not even in the league right now. Some are just on the bench, and some of them are just in the G League. I'm telling you, man, these guys who just complain just to complain, just like they always do on social media, they looking real stupid right now. Because Bronny James is actually playing well. Ain't that a surprise? But let's move on. Okay, what is that noise? Oh yeah, that's the sound of the time running out before Wemby takes over. Yeah, we might well go ahead and start that doomsday clock as we speak right now, because once this guy figures it out, he's struggling right now, but he was on a tear early on. But once this guy figures it out, once he gets the team built around him, once the core comes back, like Fox comes back, and they figure it out, he figures it out, oh, it's over. It's over for everybody. This is going to be Wemby's lead sooner or later. Played against the Lakers last night. Struggled just a little bit. JJ was able to strategize against him, but enjoy it while you can. This man is going to be real scary real soon. That's the only thing I can say. Well, let's move on. Then we got basically contenders. The Denver Nuggets and the Houston Rockets. Let's go ahead and just say that these two teams are going to be the top contenders in the West. Denver Nuggets, Houston Rockets. How y'all feel about Kevin Durant with the Houston Rockets so far? Yeah, Kevin Durant, Saboon, Thompson. What else can you say? Like I said, they were good on paper in the first tier list that I made. Now, as I'm looking at them, like, they are looking like top to 10 of hell. They gave Thunder a run for that money in the first game, 2 overtimes. Like they're actually pretty damn good, and they play defense. Like their coach know what they doing. And then you got the Denver Nuggets. Like, come on, man. Like, better than last year. They got depth. Jokic, Murray, and Gordon is just playing out of his mind. Playing with the same confidence that he left off from the playoffs. Like, this Braun, that white boy, like, Jesus, like, I'm telling you, man, the Nuggets are clearly contenders. No mistake about that. And then we got the Thunder, lead of their own. Like, come on, man, undefeated still. They are the cream of the crop, the top of the mountain. Nothing else you can say about the Thunder. The Lakers gonna play them real soon. Can't wait to see that. But this is the Thunder, man. Like, do you disagree? Or do you agree? But other than that, that's my tier list as of November the 6th. What do you think about it? Are you pretty satisfied with your teams being on the tier list? Are you a Boston fan? Are you upset? Don't care. We'll talk about it next time when they start winning games. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike. Boston fan, you can dislike if you want. I'll see you guys next time.